What is up? Welcome to Day to Day Ray with me, your girl Ray Ray. I haven't used that intro in forever, but I wanted to use it today. Today is a special day. Today is August 9th, 2022, and it is my 3-year surge anniversary since getting gastric bypass. And it's funny because I had thought about making the video, but then I forgot. And then I actually got an email saying that my doctor's office wants to see me for my 3-year checkup. So I guess I need to make that appointment, huh? So I'm gonna show you guys some pictures, give you some background, and talk to you guys about that. And just kind of recap and give you some thoughts and feelings and just kind of talk to you guys about it. Okay, so this first picture, this is where it starts. I was 389 pounds here. I knew I was over 400 prior to this. This picture I think is one of the coolest pictures I have. It is actually the pictures of my inside. It is the pictures of my gallbladder, the new pouts, and my whole gastric bypass. I thought this picture was so cool. Here are some of my comparison pictures from 2 weeks from gastric bypass till this day in the picture, November 19th, so just a few months. And this one is a chart that I had done, I think in my 6-month or something appointment, and it compared my first full body scan that I had right before surgery to, I think this was taken in June of 2020. And then here are just some comparison pictures. I mean, I'm like Amberlynn. I used to buy dresses and wear them as tops. So let's just get into it. Okay. August 9th, 2019, I had gastric bypass surgery. By now, we all know what gastric bypass is. It is a weight loss surgery that I made the choice to get. I had a long history of health issues prior to that. I've talked about it many times. I had my very first video was talking about my brain tumor. You guys could check that out. I had a pituitary brain tumor. I had a lot of health issues. I actually have a playlist called Health or something. I don't even know what the playlist is called, but I will add this video in there too. The highest I ever got, I know, scale wise, was 389 pounds, but I had already, excuse me, Binkies, I had already started losing weight. I had already lost a good deal of weight, so I don't even know how much, but I do know I was over 400 pounds because I never weighed myself. And then I had already started losing weight, and when I went to patient first one day and they told me to get on the scale, it did hit 390, but then it went down to 389, and I was like, this ain't cool. But yeah, I was very sad about that. But yeah, so yeah, I had to go take, for my insurance, I had to take 6 months of courses and nutrition classes through the hospital. I had to take an online program called Nutri, which I do recommend. Nutri, I really liked Nutri. You do have to pay for it. I think now in 2019 it was, 2019 it was $100. It's like a 6 to 10 week program that you do online. believe it or not, I really liked Nutri, and I was actually thinking about doing it over again myself, just to relearn food and how to treat food. I'm sorry, I'm yawning. It's been a very busy day today. Super tired, so I apologize for yawning. For my insurance, again, I had to lose 20 pounds. I was 350 when I started the program. Surgery morning, I was 339 or 329. I'm sorry. I did good. I have a lot of my stuff documented. So again, you can check out the playlist if you're interested. You can check out my weight loss journey. I went live in the hospital the night because you have to stay the night. And I actually went live that night. So that's on one of my playlists as well. But yeah, so that's kind of like a short rundown version of it. Again, I'm going to insert some pictures. I'm going to talk about them and come back and tell you guys my thoughts, emotions, and feelings 3 years later. All right, so 3 years later, I'm still fat. The smallest that I have gotten down was 239, which is the picture in the thumbnail. And the picture, the side-by-side picture, which I actually used in my Amberlynn Reed video, I think I was still 350, maybe 360, something like that. Like, I was 300 plus, 350 plus, we'll say. The one picture, and then the picture on the right was me at my smallest weight, which again was 239, which was 10 pounds away from my goal weight. And I've talked about this numerous times, so I'm sorry I'm talking about it again, but 229 was my goal weight because that would have been 100 pounds since gastric bypass. I never got there. My thyroid levels, you guys know I talk about it all the time. You guys know I'm fighting with my endocrinologist right now. You guys know I'm on struggle street hardcore. The first, I would say, so I had my first appointment 8 weeks, and I remember they telling me I had already lost 30 pounds in 8 weeks. And I went back at 6 months. I didn't lose as much. I was going slow, but I was still losing. I think I had hit 50 pounds or something like that. And he told me I was doing good. Then after Christmas, I stalled. I stalled at the beginning of the year. And then 2020 was an up and down roller coaster. And I was up, I was down. I started working out. I started exercising. I started doing all kinds of stuff. And then when my husband got sick and he was in a coma in October of 2020, that's when I got down to my lowest weight, because I probably walked miles back and forth between the kitchen and the dining room on the phone, talking to people, trying to figure. It was a really rough time. And then when he came home and stuff like that. So that was probably when I was my smallest, was in October of 2020 when I hit 239. And I kept going. And I was still getting frustrated because I wasn't I noticed my weight started going back up into the 240s, and I was still doing stuff. Last summer, the summer of 2021, I was walking every day. I was walking anywhere from 2 to 5 miles a day. I was going through a lot of emotional bullshit, like really major, hardcore, life-changing things, decisions I had to make in my personal life. If you were here for my other vlogs, you will have an understanding of what is going on, and with my relationship with my sister wife and my husband. And it was a hard time for me, but it was also hard because I again was not losing weight. I was doing all the right things, and I didn't know what the fuck to do, And I am still sitting here again. I don't even know what my weight is today. I can't tell you. I haven't weighed myself since my last doctor's appointment. And I think my last doctor's appointment with my nutritionist, I think I was 258. Devastating. And like I said, I haven't gotten on the scale. None of the scales in our house have batteries because I do obsess. I obsess over the scale. But yeah, 3 years later, I'm still struggling. Would I get gastric bypass again? If I didn't have it, would I do it all over knowing what I know now? I probably would. But I think I would definitely stay on top of my thyroid. And it was not life-saving, but it was definitely, that's when I found out I had the cirrhosis of the liver. I had a very extremely fatty liver, so much so that it caused alarm to the surgeon, and she ran out with the photos and told my husband. She checked my gallbladder, and she said I had gallstones, but whatever. But so there was good aspect. Like I said, I learned a relationship with food. And then I'm not gonna just the frustration. I learned a new relationship with food. But the other health issues that I have from it now, it's frustrating because I have the leaky gut, and it's worse because when you have a weight loss type surgery, you have to take so many vitamins and minerals daily, and you have to get on a schedule. And the amounts of water you have to drink, and which I don't do. I try my best, but it's hard. It's really wild. And the vitamins, I take so many vitamins. I've showed you guys all the vitamins I take, plus the multivitamins and the calcium supplements, and you have to have this pill and that pill, and it's a lot. And then your body doesn't absorb your medications properly either. They don't, with my thyroid, and I think that's why I'm struggling, because my endocrinologist is your body is not absorbing the thyroid medicine the way it should. Your body's not getting its nutrients, because she's and she's and although, I'm glad that, you got your weight down, your labs are getting better, but my thyroid's still off. And now I'm fighting with her because now she's not even listening to me and listening to everything. But that's either here nor there. But the frustration, the body dysmorphia, when I go shopping, it's hard because I'm smaller at the bottom. Now I have the lymphedema, and I'm still trying to figure all that out. And it's I'm big in certain parts, my weight. And then when I had the sagging skin and the rashes from the weight loss, and I had an apron, and you guys know, you followed me through my pandectomy journey, I went into a very deep depression. I do suffer from body dysmorphia terribly. I look in the mirror, I still see myself as 400 pounds. Sometimes when I go to the store, I still buy 3 and 4X clothes, and I put it on, and it's too big, because I can't fathom the fact that I can actually fit into an extra large, or I can fit into a 1X. All my capris and all my leggings are either extra large or 1X, but I still can't fathom that. But I'm also very big at the top, I'm small at the bottom, I'm disproportionate. My arms are my worst part since the pandectomy, and I've gained weight because I did get back down to 239 after my paleondectomy, or panianolidectomy, when they took all my excess skin off. They took 20 pounds of excess skin off. I went back down to the weight of 239, and I gained it back. And because I couldn't do anything for 3 to 4 months, and they say your body still it takes a year for your body to heal after a major surgery like that. And it's like, so now I have even more body dysmorphia, because the only surgery I regret is getting the panty, because now all my weight is gaining up top and it's all in my stomach and I'm disfigured. I hate looking at myself in the mirror. I hate shopping for clothes. I love some retail therapy, but I mean, and granted, I can't afford it anyway, but yeah, like the body dysmorphia is truly real. I try not to talk about it a lot, but maybe I should, but then it's just like, I don't know how people would take that, but it's like a real fucking thing. Like, I have body dysmorphia majorly, and I try to suck it up and go on, because it's like, what can I do? I don't have thousands and thousands of dollars to waste on cosmetic surgery. You know, like, I would love to get my arms done, but I'm also scared shitless to get my arms done. And then what's the point in getting the arms done if your body doesn't fucking match anything? I'm gonna have skinny arms. My one leg's bigger than the other because of the lymphedema. And I got this huge gut. I look like I'm fucking pregnant. And I got so much goddamn back fat. Like, all my weight is like gaining in the most bizarre, horrible places. And it sucks. And I hate it. Not to mention the emotional part of it. But it is what it is. I chose to do this to myself. I'm using it as a tool, and regardless of everything and all my struggles, I'm too legit to quit. I refuse to give up. Too legit to quit. Now, I went through, as you guys know, I went through a major depression after my panty surgery. I went through a major depression after my panty surgery. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want anybody seeing me, and that was like rough. And then I started gaining weight. And then I started not giving a fuck. I stopped caring about what I ate. So let me rephrase that, because it's not that I didn't stop caring what I ate, like I did, but I didn't, because I was still conscious about it, but I didn't go super crazy or super ham, but I went there. Like, I started eating fries. I started eating carbs. I started seeing the new nutritionist who told me to eat carbs and to do this and to do that. I miss going to the gym. I was going to the gym several times a week, plus walking, plus doing all that. And then the knees came in. And I kind of tied this in with the gastric bypass, because when I was heavy, I wasn't doing much. My knees hurt when I went up and down the steps. They would ache. They ached when it got cold. They ached when it rained. But when I lost weight from gastric bypass, I had energy to do things. I exercised and my knees started hurting, and it made my arthritis worse and more predominant, I guess you would say. So then the issues with my knees came in, and I had the x-rays, and I have arthritis in both my knees, and I have the knees of a 70-year-old, and I have to go get cortisone or whatever shots in my knees every 3 to 4 months, and they only last like 2 weeks. So like I said, I tied in with gastric bypass, because when I was big, I wasn't doing a lot. I mean, now that I had like lost weight and I had energy, I wanted to go to the gym. I wanted to work out. I wanted to strength train, because strength training is good for thyroid, because strength training, you burn longer. It's good to get cardio in, of course, to keep the old ticker ticking, but strength training to lose weight is where it's at. But then, like I said, that stopped. I can't get to the gym on my own. And then, like I said, I started seeing the new nutritionist. I started talking to her because basically they were like, my nutritionist at the Gastric Bypass Center was like, yeah, I don't know what to do for you and your thyroid. There's no such thing as a Hashimoto's diet. There is. It's an autoimmune diet. We don't know anything about that. Talk to my endocrinologist. Go see a different nutritionist. Go see a different nutritionist. Oh yeah, we can help you with that. They're just telling me to become vegan and eat carbs. Like, what the fuck? This is my struggle. I was talking to another thyroid specialist. I reached out to her on TikTok. Stupid me, right? She had all these videos on how to reverse your Hashimoto symptoms and how to do this. And of course, she has like a course you can pay for monthly and get all the tips and reverse your thyroid symptoms and get all the links to all the products that she uses and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And when I reached out to her and I said, look, I don't have that much money, but I need a little bit of guidance. Could you just give me some tips? And I explained my story to her. She's like, you should have never got gastric bypass. She's like, a person with Hashimoto's, a person with, which I wouldn't say I was upgraded, but I've been officially diagnosed with the Hashimoto's. And it's funny because what does it say? The symptom of Hashimoto's, number one symptom, hypothyroidism. I'm like, I thought Hashimoto's and thyroid, hypothyroid was two different things, but it's not, because I kept saying, oh, I upgraded, but actually no, it's just I have Hashimoto's thyroid disease. And but when she messaged me, I think I may have talked about it in a vlog, I don't remember, but she's like, you should have never got gastric bypass. What were you thinking? Your doctors allowed you to get Hashimoto's? Or yeah, the doctors allowed me to get Hashimoto's. The doctors allowed you to get gastric bypass with Hashimoto's thyroid disease? She's like, you fucked yourself. Oh, okay, I'm so sorry. Okay. But yeah, so she was like, just saying that it was stupid because it doesn't solve everything and it doesn't fix your thyroid and it doesn't do this and it doesn't do that. And I was like, yeah, no shit, I know, I need help. And she's just like, well, I don't know how you're going to do that and blah, 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 blah. So I just was like, okay, yeah. All right, well, obviously you can't help me. Thanks for nothing, Thanks for whatever. And I went around my way. Then my girlfriend has hooked me up with a thyroid specialist who I do talk to. And I give her the messages to my current endocrinologist from her. And she just dismisses it. And it frustrates me, because she is a legit thyroid specialist. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Again, knowing what I know now, would I get gastric bypass? Yes. Knowing what I know now, would I get a paleondectomy? Absolutely, positively fucking not. Not until I lost all my weight. Not until I got my thyroid situation under control. I would have just had sores under my belly. I would have just had rashes, and I just would have had to suffer. Now, do I recommend gastric bypass for somebody with thyroid disease? Sure, but get your levels checked every 20 pounds that you lose. Make sure you stay up to date on, this is just my advice, just from what I learned, and I wish someone told me, take the shit seriously. Follow your plans. It's not, and my advice still is, gastric bypass is not an easy way out. It's not. It is a tool. Do I still think it is a tool? Yes, it is still a tool, because I still can't eat what I used to. I get sick eating things I shouldn't. that's kind of like an annoying thing too, because one day I can eat something, like even the healthiest, like my protein bars, I can eat them one day, I can eat another one another day and get sick as a dog. Dumping syndrome is probably the worst thing, and if you get dumping syndrome on something you really like, you are never gonna want to touch it again. Never. So that's kind of like an up and down thing. Sometimes if you get sick on your favorite foods, it's annoying, but then you don't ever want to touch it because you're like, yeah, no, I got sick. I don't want to touch that food anymore. I'm not going to do it. So that's good, especially if it's like something that's not so good for you. But when it's like your favorite protein bars and stuff, like I was eating the Fit Crunch bars, and they have a mint chocolate one, and I was eating them quite regularly, like every other day, if not every day. And one day I ate one and I got sick as a motherfucker from it. I didn't have anything else and I got sick. And I ate at the same time, because they're usually my nighttime snack, my Fit Crunch bars or my Built bars, my protein bars. And but yeah, like I got sick and I haven't got them since. I still have like one or two left and they just sit in my cabinet. Like I do not want to eat that. But yeah, so another thing that I would also suggest is doing, well, not suggest, but I would say learn dirty keto before. You still need to watch your fats. Keto is high fat. You need to watch your fats. You have to watch your fats, even with gastric bypass. You can still do keto-like things, just get fat-free, get low fat, just watch your fats. You learn how to count carbs and net carbs. You learn all that, and it's a really good learning tool. You really relearn your relationship with food, and I do appreciate that, and I implement that every single fucking day in my life. I still use the bariatric app. It's like Baritastic. Somebody actually commented today and asked me what app I use, so that is what I do use. I'll take a screenshot of it and put it in here so you guys can see what it looks like. I have Apple, so that's what, but yeah, so that's what I use to log my food. I've been using it for the past 3 years. I actually started using it because they tell you to download it before your surgery. So like a year even before surgery, I was using it. So for the past 4 years, I've been using the bariatric app. But yeah, it's been a wild ride. Again, I don't regret it. I still can't believe it's been 3 years. I still can't believe I'm fat. But as long as I still implement, I'm still being healthy, I'm still making right choices and conscious choices. And believe it or not, healthy food is pretty good. Expensive as fuck, but good. Built bars are fucking amazing. They're a little on the thick side. The puffs are absolutely delicious. But they're expensive as a motherfucker. For 18 bars, it's like $32. But god damn, they're so good. It's like eating a goddamn candy bar. One of my friends who had gastric bypass, that's all she eats. Past 3 years has definitely been a roller coaster. Weight-wise, emotionally, just mentally, like, it has been crazy. I would do it again, but I would do it differently. I would definitely keep my thyroid in check. I'm trucking and I'm trying. I don't want to be thinny. I don't want to be thin, like super thin, but I don't want to be what I am right now. I'm just going to wrap up this video. If you guys have any questions, I will do a Q&A video and I will answer all of them. So if you have any questions for me, leave them down below in the comments. Email me if you don't want anybody to see your question. Instagram direct email, which is daytodayray@gmail.com. My Instagram is daytodayray. That's all I really use. I don't use a lot of social media. So I'm on Instagram every day. I love the Insta. But yeah, so, and I'm on TikTok, Day to Day Ray. But, and that's where my name came from. My name came from not so much from gastric bypass, but since my brain tumor, because I just take life day to day. And that's just what you got to do. So, all right, guys, on that note, I am going to go deconstruction time, go deconstruct myself, and go relax. And I have to finish cleaning the kitchen as well. So I'm going to go do that. And then I think I'm going to have a little bit of, I need to finish my food logs for today. So I need to go do that. But I am going to get a little snack because I'm starting to get hungry, of course. But I wish I could get some of the foods that I like. Like, there's so many good alternative options. Like the High Key brand is really good. The Hilo chips. I might be confusing that with Hilo Klein, but I think they're Hilo. They're really good. And let me tell you, for weight loss options for food, Costco. Gastric bypass, this shit will last you forever. And it's good stuff. It's really good stuff. All right, guys. I'll see you at food log time. All right, guys. Here is all of today's charts and today's details. And yeah, I am very proud of myself because I had a pretty spectacular day. So on that note, thank you guys so much for watching my video. Remember, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down in the comments below. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as always, please be kind because you don't know what kind of battle someone's going through. So don't be a dick. All right, I love y'all. Bye.